The script option in the PersistentData property is for saving GameObject components data. It will save the public and serialized fields only. In this example, we're going to save the Ellen controller component data. If we modified this component values during runtime, and the game is saved, the next time the data gets loaded, the component will has all the data it had the time we save. When saving script as PersistentData, the recommendation is to not save components with references of type Unity Engine object like transforms, game objects, sprite renderers, and other components. The same is applied for objects in the project, like sprites, textures, materials, etc. Look at this example. Here is a switch game object with its component. The switch will change its state every time we enter its trigger. As you can see, this component has references to a sprite renderer component and to some sprites. Also, it has a bool property for handling its current state. Let's add the PersistentGameObject component to the switch, set as constant value to true, register it in the Save Load Manager observed list. Before adding the script PersistentData, we can't save the switch component because, as mentioned before, it has components and object references. So to fix this, what we can do is to create another script and separate the data as relevant to be saved. In this case is just the state field. So, create the script with the Boolean field for the state. And add the switch data component to the game object. And in the switch component, remove the old Boolean and create a property to reference the one from the new component. Delete the existing data. If we test, you'll see this will work the same way. The only difference is that state field is in a separate component. With this, now we can serialize the switch data component to keep the switch state when the game is saved. Test it, modify some data, and turn on the switch. When the data is loaded, all data will have its corresponding value. The switch component internally has a setInitialState method, that's why it shows the state on start, but probably you need to set something else in your components. For that, you can use the onDeserialized event for when the data is loaded. It will run your method with all the component values loaded from the files. In this case, we can add the setInitialState to make sure it updates the switch state sprite.